Hey everyone, I'm excited to present my indie project to you all and look forward to seeing all of yours once they are uploaded online. I'll start off with a little bit about myself. The photograph you see was taken next to a Giacometti sculpture at the Art Institute of Chicago, a museum I visited quite often as a child since I grew up near the city. I currently am in my 10th year of teaching elementary art. The first 5 years were in Northern Virginia outside our nation's capital, and the last 5 years have been in Aurora, Colorado, right outside of Denver at Pine Ridge Elementary. In my free time, I enjoy organizing and facilitating art camps when school is out of session. I have coached high school soccer both at the JV and varsity levels. I'm a certified personal trainer and love to travel whenever I get the chance. With that being said, I would love to jump into my first up is my artwork. My indie project focuses on sustainability art in the classroom. In my art, I decided to focus on the current drought issue in California. I'll give you a brief insight into how I create the work. I started off by using fire and dirt to stress the canvas. Obviously, a dry climate is prone to wildfires. Once the wildfires strike, they burn up vegetation, among other things, and when precipitation finally arrives, the perfect conditions are present for mudslides to occur. After that, I applied the water faucet and water with paint, using primarily my hands and fingers. It is by our hands that we must make a change in our environment. I then applied objects that are in the conversation in California about the drought, such as avocados and almonds and water bottle caps and so forth. I also used transfer techniques for some of the things you see in the background, like the word sustainability. I truly had a blast creating it, and if you do have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to contact me. Next up, research paper and what I focused on. So within my paper, the first thing I do is define sustainability. In short, it is the endurance of systems and processes, and without sustainability, we truly don't have a future as a species. After that, I start to get into contemporary artists who focus on sustainability and the environment. It's amazing how these artists are redefining their role in society through their work. I will talk about a couple in the next slide. With inspiration from contemporary artists, I go into how to incorporate sustainability into the classroom and the positive impacts it has not only on your students, but you as a person, your society, and the environment you live in. A great article that I discuss within my paper is Shades of Green, Growing Environmentalism Through Art Education by Hilary Inwood. It discusses the experiences of 4 Canadian teachers and their implementation of eco-art into their lessons. I highly encourage that you check it out. Next slide is what really grabbed me during my research, and that was all the contemporary artists I learned about. I'm going to briefly talk about 2. The first one is Mel Chin, and his artwork here is Revival Field. It's in St. Paul, Minnesota. He started it in 1990 and is presently still in effect. His work is showing how toxic sites can be cleansed by green remediation, the planting of specific plants. So basically a safe and natural means to clean up toxic waste. The other artist I have is Joseph Beuys, and the artwork I want to talk about for him is 7,000 Oaks Action, and this was in 1982 in Kassel, Germany. It's said to be probably one of the biggest or largest ecological sculptures. Basically, Beuys and his students, with the help of public sponsors, planted small oaks for the reforestation of Kassel, Germany, which is pretty awesome. From here, I'm going to go into some further exploration that I'm planning to do that have been sparked by this course in general. The main thing is community. The importance of incorporating the community within my classroom is something I want to strive to research and continue exploring. The first step I'm doing in that is I made a pact with myself to start going to a local art event at least once a month, eventually changing that to twice a month, possibly doing more than that each month, and then taking that experience and the information I gained from that into my classroom. So that's something I'm hoping to do. Also at the bottom, you'll see the palm oil industry statement there. Recently on an episode of Vice, which is an investigative journalism TV show on HBO, they recently explored the palm oil industry and the impact it is having on our environment through deforestation and how it's affecting climate change. Palm oil is in much of the processed food and other products like makeup that we use. I also heard a bit on NPR the other day. So what I want you to do is I'm just encouraging you to maybe check out Vice or look into another source of information to learn about the palm oil industry and the effect it's having on our environment. That being said, I'm going to leave you with a screenshot and the URL of my website. I I encourage you to check it out, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you, and good night.